At Siam Marina, I try to bring more Thai and Vietnamese fusion to my restaurant. So customers, when they walk in to dining with the food in my restaurant, and when they walk out, I say, wow, I love Siam Marina. I cannot find anywhere else in the city, or I cannot find anywhere else. Why they cook not like Tammy doing for me? I try to bring a passion of Asia to try to do more upscale, more different. Every dish is in my Siam Marina menu as my heart. As my heart. If I look at my customer face walk out Siam Marina with a happy face, that makes me happy.
So, Tim, you say that Siam Marina is terrific for Thai. Tell us why you chose it.
Well, fresh ingredients, wonderful service, fantastic food, and close to where I live. Not close for everybody, but close for me. I really, I don't think there's a better place where you can get a fine Thai meal with the best ingredients and flavors and sauces anywhere else in the Southland.
Now, you're telling me that this is actually your place for special occasion Thai. What does that mean?
Well, if you're going to, you can get Thai takeout for cheap, some places, go and get some, get it in plastic bag and take it home. But this is a place to go and sit and actually enjoy a fine meal. It's sort of a Thai fine dining experience. I can remember when I was a kid, when I say a kid, I mean in my early 20s, this was like the nicest restaurant I could afford at the time, and so it was very much like a place I could go to have a really fine meal and feel like I was, like take a date there or something like that, and really show her a great time.
But Rebecca, did you feel the love at Siam?
I absolutely did. I would probably agree with everything that Tim said. For Thai, I really wasn't expecting a lot, but I was looking for the fresh ingredients, because to me that's how you differentiate one Thai place from another. You can have an egg roll, and sometimes the ingredients inside that egg roll, you just don't even know what you're tasting. But here, I really tasted what was inside that. And we had an appetizer called the chicken wing, which was a very different type of chicken egg roll, and it actually had a chicken wing attached to it.
Angel wings? Is that
the angel wings, exactly.
Yeah.
Again, very fresh. The meals were plentiful. They brought out these huge bowls. We had plenty to take home. So while the prices were a little bit higher than your typical, around the corner Thai place like you were talking about, it made up for it in the portions and in the flavors and in the fresh ingredients.
Well, Rosa, you're nodding your head in agreement. Did you have a good time?
I loved it. Loved it. I would go back there instantly. I think it was a great place. It's very homey, and they had live music when I went there, so it was really nice to have that. And it was like dim lighting, so it's definitely a place for a date, like fancy. The drinks. I had a delicious martini with really fresh ingredients. You have the cilantro going around, so I really enjoyed it. Lots of wonderful people there, lots of diversity there, which I really appreciate. Lots of people of color, but it's still intimate. So you had your little sectioned off, and you were able to eat really good food. We had ribs, and I don't even eat red meat that often, but it was really good ribs. And the salad, so good. Like a little side salad, maybe like a couple of things, and it was very, very delicious.
Tim, what are some of your favorite dishes to get here?
Well, my favorite...
it's a really big menu, actually.
It is. They've got so much, and it can be intimidating. And I mean, again, in my 20s, I just get pad thai every time.
Sure.
But as my palate's changed, as I've gotten older, now I go for the Thai banana curry duck. Is definitely my favorite.
See, that sounds sweet to me. What does it taste like?
It's a little sweeter than say, a typical curry or something, but it's just really flavorful and rich. It's sort of a rich sauce. The duck is so well cooked, and I love the way that it comes. It comes in a little, like a ceramic duck. You could like split in half.
Yes,
and I can eat, but I always take some home. I think the portions are fantastic there.
Well, the restaurant itself is owned by Tammy Pham, who has a fascinating story. I mean, she is originally from Vietnam and then lived in a refugee camp and then came to the United States on a scholarship to study engineering. And then, while she was in college, actually worked at another famous Thai restaurant. That's where she learned how to cook Thai food, even though she's Vietnamese. And then when the original owner was ready to sell, he's actually a cousin of Arun from the famous Thai restaurant. Okay. And so she said, it took me 3 days to decide, and I bought the restaurant. So she's been doing her magic ever since.
In the city, there are Thai places and Chinese restaurants and Japanese restaurants. There are a dime a dozen. There's one around the corner, and then there's the more upscale. This one, while the menu was overwhelming at first, we actually asked our waitress what would be some of the dishes that you as a first time, we've never been here, what would you recommend to us? And very quickly, just picked one, two. We'd like a beef, we'd like this. Just picked them out for us. And the flavors weren't they weren't too spicy. Sometimes they can be. They were just very, very nice.
Rosa, were you sort of taken aback by the location of this restaurant being in a mall?
I got lost. So I had made reservations, and I was like, I'll be there at 7. I left the house with enough time. But I got lost, and I actually went to Hammond, and I called the place. I'm like, look, I'm so lost. I'm here. Like, okay, here's what you're going to do. You're going to make a left here. You're going to make a right there. So I really appreciate the attention. And when I got there, they still had the reservation, and they honored it.
It's easy to find. All I have to say, it says in the Westwood College building.
Yeah, that's
right. So it's the base of the Westwood
College.
College.
It's basically around the old Theater 9 and 10 there in Calumet City, which is like it used to be the biggest theater on the south side. But now it's closed. The theater's closed down, but you go around there, and it's over by the mall. And it is a tough place to find, but I think
it's good. Tim, you recommended Siam Marina. Sum it up for us.
Fresh ingredients, fantastic wait staff, helpful, amazing desserts, amazing spices, and great drinks.
Rebecca?
If you're out in that area, absolutely stop in. Very fresh ingredients, very comfortable for a date, family, anything really. So very enjoyable.
Rosa?
Wonderful date night place, fresh ingredients again, wonderful portions, delicious martinis, wonderful place to go for a date.
All right, well, you can taste the Thai flavors and more at Siam Marina, 80 River Oaks Drive in Calumet City, 708-862-3438. They're open for lunch and dinner daily. Reservations are accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is $25.